So that the goal of all of us should be to biologically stay as young as possible, as fully functional as possible, and not inherit one of these diseases, which are often precipitated by the actions that we take during our lives. So some of you may be wondering, well, what is aging other than this loss of function? How do we define it from a sort of hallmarks of aging point of view? Well, there are different ways of saying it with like 8 or 9 hallmarks of aging, but most people don't understand what things like mitochondrial dysfunction actually means. So it's easier to sort of think about it in this way. So the first thing is the body needs to produce new cells. In other words, the direct differentiated cells that come like stem cell cycles is what's really important to create the cells that then form into the organs and then help protect the body. The second thing it needs to do is it needs to remove non-functional cells. This is like what is essentially the cells that die and or cause inflammation in the body. And if they don't get removed, which they can be removed naturally and through some intervention, can again increase risk of disease and death. Thirdly, it needs to produce the right amount of proteins, the right quantity, quality, and type of proteins. In fact, the messenger RNA is a great example of how that type of technology is being used to produce a certain protein that tricks our immune system into preparing itself for COVID when it were to hit us. And that's exactly the same sort of thing we can do by taking action to create the right proteins in the body. And then lastly, it's important to remove cellular or metabolic waste, which is why things like sleep is so important.